Welcome to the Hold My Spot podcast. My name is Ethan.
And I'm Matt.
Go to concerts and then we talk about them.
Yeah.
But we got a little bit something different going on today.
Yeah, today we have Ray Terry, friend of the podcast now, his second appearance.
Friend of pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod. So we're here to talk about his new song coming out on the 5th of June called Excess of Failure.
Correct.
So we're hoping we can just go through the song a little bit, some inspiration, how it all came together, and get the good word out there about it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, maybe a music and lyrics approach. Maybe let's start. Curious to know a bit about the lyrics, maybe some like backstory on the song and how that piece of it came together.
Yeah, I mean the lyrics, like I, talked about before, is just it's personal. And I dig into a personal place, and this one's just like referencing some stuff from my past, and it's really about like a relationship where someone's trying to fix another person and build them up and get them through some hard times and that type of thing, and then it's when that dissolves and comes to an end, it's time to just like let that go. And kind of like the back and forth dealing between the passion of building something up and then having to know when to let go. And that's why the cover is a butterfly. You're watching something go from one thing to another, morph into that, and then spread their wings and fly away.
I think
and
we've all
never
been
be
there
seen
with
again.
relationships, and
it's
we
quite
know
relatable.
that heartbreak where you think something is going to be something different than it turns out to be.
Well, and for me in this, and I like everyone to be able to take what they want from the lyrics and make their own story out of it. But like, it's not always about heartbreak either. Sometimes it's about, you're helping somebody through a time, and building them up through a time, and then when it's time to let go, it's it could be frustrating maybe, but when you look back at it, or and you see that it's like they blossomed and grew into something that was beautiful, and then you kind of just let that go. So it's not always doom and gloom. It could be the other way, but or it could be
I want to break that down a little bit, because that's something you see a lot in music culture today. People consume the lyrics and it's taken so literally, like it almost becomes like tabloids. Taylor Swift's an easy example, but it happens with hip-hop as well. People are always trying to dig in lyrics and understand, like, well, what in their real life is this referring to?
Right.
And I think I think you were getting at this. That to me is the opposite of the beauty of lyrics and song, is that it can have so many different meanings. Each person can take it in a different way, but if you make it so literal and you're like trying to pinpoint what it means in someone's life, like if I try to pinpoint what it meant in your life, all of a sudden it's going to mean less to me and how I can interpret it.
Exactly. You're taking, once you do that and say, it has to be exactly what it means, then you are limiting the power of that song and what it can do for other people and what it gives other people. So I really don't, I know what and where it came from with me, but I don't really get too involved in talking about the actual, maybe details of that, because but the concept of it is, the concept of, like I said, building something up and knowing that at some point you got to let it go. And I mean, that could be anything. It could be a relationship, it could be a child, having a kid, and anything where you have to, like, you put so much into making sure that person is safe, that person is strong, and able to be healed from the past and all those things. And then just to know that whether you knew it going into it or not, when that time hits that you have to let it go, it's a powerful thing that happens, what I mean? So that's basically where that comes from.
I was thinking about like 5 different life examples as you went through them. Like, like I can apply that to a lot of things. Reminds me of something. I'm gonna keep vying for Oasis to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here. My boy Noel Gallagher was asked about his approach to writing lyrics, and he's famously said a lot in the 90s and 2000s, like, oh yeah, I just do the music first and then I just fit in words. It's all gobbledygook. It's all mishmash. Yeah. But he's kind of he's kind of BSing, right?
He's trying to keep the story more private.
Right. But he later said, I just try to focus on the universal truths. If you can just ground your lyrics in universal truths, then it's probably a win.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's something, man, that's a good approach too, because it's going to be able to hit so many people that way, rather than trying to, like you said before, trying to get, narrow it down to this one specific thing. And it's like, well, and a lot of times too, like, people, I don't think people want to really, or at least most people don't want to know exact details of what that song's about, because then it's like, well, this doesn't relate to me anymore.
Right. Don't tell my wife that. Big Swiftie.
Yeah.
She needs to know every explicit detail. But I think there's a mix. I think that's a contingent of music listeners. But I agree. I think there's more who, like, we're the main characters in our own lives, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think this song is talking to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a better.
And that's when it hits you. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you feel like the lyrics really hit you personally, that's when the song really, that's when you like latch onto that song, and it really grows to mean something valuable to you, because you're relating it to that specific thing in your life, or what happened to you, or what you were going through. And like what we talked before about Pearl Jam, it's like that first album, and was when it came out, and I was a young kid, it's like so many things, I'm just like, oh my God, like that's what I'm feeling, is what I'm going through, and you relate to it so well. But it's that's what keeps you now to this day. I can listen to the same songs 100 times in a row and still have that power behind them, just because of it's something that you relate to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's even said it in interviews, like he doesn't like talking about what exactly the song's about, because it let everybody have their own story. It can mean many things to different people. So, but everybody's, like you said, the main character in their story. So those songs are the soundtrack to their life and what they're going through. So I think that's what music should be, is everybody can relate to how they want to relate to it.
Yeah.
I mean, we just give them a nice little a starting point of what it's what it's about, but they take it from there.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's, they crushed it in the lyrics.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna leave it to you, the most musician of the two of us, to take it on the music part. But you drummed once.
Yeah, I did. I was in
once.
Bands. Just one time.
All right, it was twice. All right.
I hit the cymbal. That was it. No. As far as like, why don't you take us through, like, I know we talked about it a little bit the last time, but about the production and the team that you have now. And it definitely sounds, from the glimpse that we had of listening through the song a few times tonight, that it's a new Kill the Fall. Like, it's a new chapter, and it's really exciting to see the transformation from the other music you had out in previous years to now what you're putting out today. So maybe take us through the production and sort of some of those things.
Well, I mean, production-wise, it was very interesting going through the process of working on these songs. These were the first two songs we started with as a band. It was Excess of Failure and The Suffering. And it was the process was very interesting, because everything got brought back to you when it was done. So, for instance, we did the drums first, right? So we go in and we do the drums, and before we lay anything else down, we're hearing the drums back. We're all there playing along and everything, but before we get to starting the final guitars or the final bass lines, the drums are done and mixed.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very new to us. Like, we usually, on past records, it's just go in, play live, boom, and that's.
And you do that all together?
Yeah. We would just do it all together, and then the vocals would go over top of that, right? But we wouldn't mix. Everybody we worked with before didn't have that process where, that we have now. We would just go in, record drums, bass, and guitar, and then if we wanted to put a second layer of guitar down, we would, and then we would do the vocals, but nothing was mixed. So you're just like doing the vocals to, un-EQ'd, unmixed, tracks. They're just like, so you know, the kick drum can be too loud or whatever. But you know the song, so you're just you know, hammering through and getting it done. But this time, literally, we go in and lay down the tracks and knowing that the drums are the thing that we're working on. And then they go to Bob. And Bob gets them and does his fucking magic on them, which is, his shit is phenomenal. And when you get it back and you just have drum tracks. And then, you know, Spiro comes in and starts laying the bass down. But it really makes a difference because you're hearing a finished product of the drums. So you're really able to get into the groove of the song because everything's locked in. And then when it came time for me to do guitars, now I'm listening to a finished bass. And so we send, you know, the drums are done, then we send off the bass. He does his magic to that, sends it back, and now I'm playing guitar to a finished drums and bass. So like you like, it's crazy because you're listening to the song, you're like, holy shit, this thing sounds fucking
Yeah,
good.
It's great.
And,
Yeah.
But and it gives you more energy, and you're like, you're really like, okay, I'm gonna, you know. And then once the guitars are done, the entire song is mixed and done. So it's a running mix. And then when it comes time to do the vocals, you really get to hear, and like when you're singing these parts and working on it, you really know how the music is going to be final. So you're hearing the final mix, so you can really place your vocals where you want them to be at the intensity you want them at certain points, and everything's there. Where before, if you know, there might be some spots where you're like, oh, I should have did that a little bit differently there, because now that I hear the final mix, some, you know, the guitars lay a certain way, and but yeah, we had everything done, and that's what really made it like the performances, I think, shine through, is being able to hear final products of every instrument as they were getting done.
So it's
And
more
then-
of a longer process, probably,
Much longer.
but
Much longer.
better.
But
overall.
Much
so
better.
precise. Like you guys were just like laying down suppressifier before when you just go in there and record it live, but now you're just snipers.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
just picking your spot.
Exactly.
And I love what you said about you're in there laying down the guitar after the drums and the bass have been finalized. This might just be my take, but I think you can almost know a song's going to be great once you just got that drum and that bass line in there. You kind of have a feel. You're like the groove here.
I'll tell you right
the
now.
chords I can throw on top of this.
So when we went into pre-production, and it was Ryan that did all the recording and pre-production, right? So we do pre-production, and he kept telling me, he's like, man, this is just pre-production. This is not what the final product's gonna be. And we were all like, well, this fucking sounds amazing.
It gets better.
Yeah, like literally, like we're like, well, this is better than anything we've ever recorded. So, okay, like it can't, like we literally
can
were like,
trust
it
the
can't
process
get,
after that.
Yeah, but also we were like, I remember talking to the guys and we're like, well, of course, this, you know, you get mixed better and EQ'd, and but I mean, this sounds fucking good. It's not gonna get like, it's not gonna get crazy. And then we got the drums back, just the drums, and we A/B'd them, and we're like, holy shit, it's night and day. And then when we finally, I was sitting there with Ryan and we were doing some vocal work, and he said, hey, let's A/B the pre-production versus where we're at right now. And it was like, holy shit, it's insane. Like, so yeah, it gets you, once we even just heard the drums, even really going all the way back to pre-production, that's when we knew, we're like, this is gonna be,
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
something
gotta be a hell of
special.
a feeling.
Yeah.
right?
Really.
Yeah,
Hard
and-
work is paying off.
Exactly. And years of like, just like, kind of just getting it done, right? Just like, well, you know, let's go record a record and it fucking sounds good. But like, I mean, I think you mentioned it too. If you listen to what we did, this single, and then compare that to our old stuff, it's not even, it's like, it's night and day. It's totally different, completely different. And that's where, but we knew that really early on. Like really early on, we were like, okay, this is gonna be this is gonna be really good.
It's very clean, but it retains like the essence of you guys. Like it doesn't. It's not overly clean, because that can happen too, right?
Yeah.
Like you hear that sometimes a hard band almost too overproduced, too polished. They lose something.
Yep.
They lose their essence. But I think you guys struck a nice balance with this.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan and Bob were both really adamant about continuously telling me and reassuring me, all we're trying to do is make the best Kill the Fall record, right? We're not trying to overproduce it, and we're not trying to make you something you're not. We're just trying to bring the best out of you, and give production that is the best of what you sound like. And I mean, they nailed it. Like it doesn't, like when you listen to it, it sounds night and day different when it comes to production, but when it comes to intensity, it's not like we lost any intensity.
Oh, no, it's definitely still there.
Yeah.
And that song, it slaps me in the face. Like that's the music that I love. The hard, the fast, the music that's right up there. Makes you want to move around in a pit, and I think that song definitely does it.
Well, I do love the little trick we did with, it comes in like quiet. So I just want
so you're
to
not sure what it's going to be.
Hiding behind the bush.
Right,
Yeah,
right. And people probably turn it up.
Yeah,
And
that's what we did
exactly.
in the other room.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
man,
turned it
it's
up way
kinda
too
quiet.
loud. Yeah. And then it just smacks me.
You tricked me.
Hopefully it doesn't blow anybody's
in
spin.
the best way.
But yeah,
I love songs that open like that.
Yeah, I do too.
and that's like coming off of, and we were talking about this earlier, coming off of the acoustic single and then the acoustic EP. It's just one of those things where we just wanted to come back out like and really like knock people on their ass with a heavier song. And that's why there was 2 songs done, and it was kind of a discussion of which song is going to be the first single out of the 2. And I think we nailed it with the right pick, because
because it's the
smashed you in
opposite
the
of
face.
all the acoustic.
Yes.
And I think you could even draw on your fans from the past,
Yeah.
because it's so similar to some of the other things that you put out in previous years.
Yeah, and
so it's a good bridge.
Right. And the acoustic stuff, there's like that was, I don't know how much we'll be going back to that. It's not any, there's no plan or anything, but there was a place for that. Obviously, I love that acoustic EP. It's but it's also, and it was very, the lyrics are very personal, but at this point it's it was like, it's time to get back to kicking people in the head a little bit. You know what I mean? Like getting a little rough. Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you guys are going to be getting back on the road here soon.
Yeah,
Next show on the 15th,
15th,
right?
Yep, June 15th at 5 o'clock.
And I know you're dying to get out there.
Yeah, especially like I was telling you guys earlier, we've dialed a lot of stuff in, and really, trying to really tighten things up and we're trying to get the best live performance that we've ever given, ever. And learning from some mistakes that we've made in the past, and not being stubborn. And if anyone's ever seen any band that I've been in before, they know it was always just ear-piercingly loud. The guitar was just freaking so loud. But you sacrifice a lot if you're at that level like that. So I stopped being stubborn and brought the volume down a little bit, and so you can hear the vocals better, you can hear the drums better, you're not jamming into the frequency with the bass and stuff like that. So I think that's going to give the live show a much bigger and more exciting feel when you can actually hear every
feel the layers
nuance of everything. Yeah, exactly. Not just a wall of guitars.
Yeah.
Which are great, but
but some people like the bass, some people like the drums, some people like the vocals.
Right.
You gotta be approachable to everybody.
Exactly. You can't be the asshole out there just cranking your amp up so nobody else can be heard. It's a little selfish.
So you guys are playing June 15 at which venue?
5 o'clock in Lakewood.
5 o'clock in Lakewood.
Yeah, we're shooting a video.
At the show?
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna shoot a video, and Ryan is actually gonna edit the video.
This Ryan's like a superhero.
He is.
Everything I hear about him, he's
a great guy, man. He does it all. He really does it all. He just works a ton of sound. He does guitar tech work. He actually reset my guitar for me too. He's a great guy. He's definitely helped us a ton. But yeah, we're gonna have some people come in, shoot the video, get some live footage of the crowd and the band playing, and then we're gonna it'll be for Excess to Failure.
Nice.
So we'll do a music video for that. There'll be a lyric video out as well. Our graphic designer Anthony is in the works on that. I actually gave him some headroom this time, because usually, literally, I'll be like, "Hey, can you have a lyric video tomorrow?" And I'm like, "God, fuck you, man."
Yeah.
But I mean, if he was here, he'll tell you that sometimes it's literally that much of a deadline I give him. So this time, I was like, "Hey, I've been told we want a lyric video to go with this, so he's had some time to do it, so he's not trying to kill me when it's all said and done." So yeah, there'll be June 5th. The single will be out with the lyric video will be out on YouTube as well.
That's next week already.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it falls. Like what playlist it falls on, how people react to it, because we've had amazing response to the acoustic.
Yeah.
Like everyone has been so amazing. We've been getting a ton of messages and a ton of plays. Like it's really doing well. And now I'm curious to see, how those new fans that we've been getting off that acoustic single and EP, how they, feel
Right.
about the
React.
heavy.
What's that
yeah,
retention
exactly.
from song to
Which is
song?
who you actually are.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, so we'll see how that goes and see where it falls. But I'm excited for sure.
That's
You know what I
great.
mean? And then, obviously the plan is, anywhere, I think like 6 to 8 weeks after that second, you guys, I guess I'll let
Yeah,
you
we got the
listen.
sneak peek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll be
a
his
lot,
drop
lot of
as
good
well.
stuff
Yeah.
coming along
Yeah.
the way. But you
Yeah.
guys you got a great team. You guys seem to just be doing all the right moves. Different platforms,
Yeah.
lyric videos, music videos, because it's not just an audio experience, right?
Yeah.
Some people are just, YouTube people.
Yeah.
Right,
And
so you
things
gotta
have
hit
just
'em where they
changed
are.
a lot. Things have changed a lot. It's hard to, it's like almost seems like I'd like to, like I said, I really want to get out and start playing some shows and try to get ourselves playing live again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been tough, it's trying to get
It's a whole
shows set
different
up.
landscape
Yeah,
than what it was.
Yeah, it's not. So I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate that part. We're lucky to have the publicist that we have, that she's really navigating us through all the online, the streams, the podcasts, getting on interviews.
There's just so many different things that
Yeah.
you have to handle
Yep.
now.
So she's doing an amazing job with that. Now we're just trying to figure out how to do the booking end of it and get ourselves some shows.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Well, I think once the single's out and you have the acoustic things out already, I think that it'll be easier for
yeah,
you.
I hope so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Playing shows is the fun part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Everything's just a
So the
conduit
rubber
to get
meets
to
the
that.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah. Anything else you want to say about the single, or?
No, I'm just once it drops, we'd love to have as many people give feedback as you can, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, we'll do a reaction video, probably the day before it comes out, since you gave us the file, so we'll be the
Yeah.
first ones out there.
That's right. Yeah.
we should be the bots. We should be click and play all night.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you're a fan, go and just download it, stream it, play it, whatever they tell you, whatever they do. now.
Send an alert
and hit
on-
follow. Hit follow on the band.
Yeah,
Yes,
That's the
yes,
best thing you can
yes.
do.
Yeah, because that helps you book shows.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Get more in front of more people.
Exactly. All the streams and the followers on Spotify and Apple and Instagram and all that stuff. That's really what everybody looks at now.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, we're excited about the June 15th playing that show. Then again, we're in August 24th in Pierre Point, I believe it is. It's called the Farm Fest.
Oh, where's that at?
Pierre Point.
Oh, but where's that at?
I don't know.
Is that in Ohio?
I don't need to be there until August, so I don't know yet.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, Farm Fest
It is in Ohio, but I think.
That sounds kind of awesome.
Oh no, it's either called it's Farm Fest or the State Line Fest.
Okay.
One of the two, but I think it's right on the border of
Dude, that sounds
PA
like a good
and
time.
Ohio.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I need to look
Can we
this
just
up.
party in a farm field somewhere?
Well, they say
Dude, you
to
had me at
bring
Farm
a
Fest.
tent,
Yeah.
so everyone camps.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
it's that. Dude, they go
All right, we
hardcore.
might be
Yeah.
hitting the road here. Looking it up.
In Pierre Point, Pierre Pond. Yeah, we're gonna find
Is
it.
that what it is? Okay, I said it wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna get some more information on this. But yeah, wherever the hell Pierre Pond is,
Yeah,
we're gonna
Yeah,
be
once
there.
once June 15th comes and goes, then we'll start pushing.
Yeah, sure.
That
Yeah,
next.
we got to
one
get to the
goes.
first one.
Yeah, exactly. We don't
Yeah.
want to over get people's heads all
Yeah.
building up the
So everybody
anticipation.
come out and show your support.
Yeah, and
On
we're
the
just shooting a
15th.
video, so
Yeah,
pack the
that'd be a
place.
lot of fun.
Yeah, let's get that place packed.
Yeah, our viewers, you could, if you go to the show, you could be famous. You could be in the
There you
video.
go.
It's
There
your
you go.
chance. You are the main character.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right, in your story. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
So, yeah.
Ray, we really appreciate you joining
Thanks
us.
for having
I
me.
always love chatting with you.
Yes.
And if you enjoyed it as well, we'll make sure to hold a spot for you. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Thank you.